Lesson 3, Resource 2, Dividing Using Positive and Negative Numbers. Permit me to start with something that you already know, that 6 divided by 2 is 3. The reason for doing this is so that I can add a visual representation that will allow us to bring in negative numbers. First of all, here's my number 6, which I want to represent with an arrow from 0 all the way up to 6 rather than just a dot. When we divide by 2, one way to think of it is that we are dividing that arrow neatly into 2 parts. There are the 2 parts, and I want you to notice that it landed exactly spot on 3. So 6, the arrow 6 units long, divided into 2 parts, gives us 3. We made a shorter arrow. Here it is. This red arrow is 6 divided by 3. It made it shorter, but it did not change the direction of the arrow. Here's where negative numbers come in. I wish to divide 6 by negative 2. First of all, I want to assure you that it does shorten the arrow so that it is 3 units long. But the negative means that starting from 0, it points in the opposite direction. Here in this case towards negative 3. So because we shrunk the arrow and changed its direction, 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. That's why it's negative. Now, I don't mean to say that dividing by a negative number gives you a negative number, although it did in this case. What it does is changes the direction of the arrow. Dividing by a number shortens the number and changes the direction of the arrow. Just a little note that this works when the number is greater than 1. Otherwise, it actually lengthens the arrow. But it always changes the direction of the arrow. So let's do some examples. Negative 6 divided by positive 3. So here's my arrow out to negative 6. That's my negative 6. Divided by 3 shortens the arrow to 2. And since 3 is a positive number, it does not change the direction of the arrow. It is negative 2. The last combination is negative 6 divided by negative 3. So here's our negative 6. We've already got that, had it from before. And dividing it by 3 shortens it to 2 units long. And remember, what this negative sign means is it changes the direction of the arrow. So it is no longer pointing to the left. It is now pointing to the right. There. That is the result, positive 2. Now, if you look at these combinations, we have a positive number divided by a positive number, and it gives us a positive number. Then we have a positive number divided by a negative number, and it gives us a negative number. And then we have a negative number divided by a positive number, and we end up with a number that's gone missing on us here, negative 2. We end up with a negative number. There, I had to do a little fix with the colors. A negative divided by a positive is a negative, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Please notice, as it was the case with multiplication, that with these combinations you get 2 results that are positive, and it's when the signs are the same, plus, plus, minus, minus, and 2 results are negative, and it's when one of the signs is different here. This is positive and negative, this is negative, positive, and the result is negative. That's always the case. Well, please try some practice with these and see how it goes. As always, feedback is welcome.